kids, it might work with adults as well, but it's like the body does amazing things without the mental process. For example, what did you have for breakfast? I thought you were going to say Guinness. And a cereal. So, where is the protein from the milk gone, and where is the carbohydrates gone? Which part of your body? How did you break down, you know, the components of that? You haven't got a clue, but it's all happening. It's amazing. So it's not that far different to extrapolate that to movement. Feel the movement. You can't think, I'm going to bring this hand down, maybe in the beginning, just until you get it. Yeah? Then it's all about feeling it. Feeling it. When the body's moving it, everything happens at the same time. You can't have this kind of, most people are doing this really well. And then, that's the step. Nice. Then that's the step. So, oh nice. Oh, that's the same thing. Alright?
So are you syncing when you're using your syncing for this technique and also that technique. Driving through. Control your center. Use your moves. Too much everything is always up. You don't use your legs and stuff.
You get a lot of this, where that expectation of hitting something is there. The body's too good for that. If you're blocking with the body, you don't need to get that feedback. It's within. Yeah? When you're doing the arms, they need to bash something. They're kind of done. Yeah? So you bash something, it's not there. You expected to bash something. That's when you come unstuck. When you block with the body, it's there. It's not there. It doesn't make any difference. See what I mean?
You know what? Why do you need follow through? But there's another reason you follow through. Why do you need to follow through?
Because if follow through keeps you from slowing your technique down at the end.
Yes, and what else?
Otherwise, you're stopping yourself, you're blocking yourself.
That's what I'm saying.
There's a weight behind it. Well, I went to baseball. Baseball, and it's all that will take the energy, the potential to get my. I'm swinging back to here. That's potential energy. Yes. So I'm generating this energy. The minute I hit the ball, I'm transferring that energy to the ball. If I just stop, I stop my flow of energy. Same with the punch. When you move your body and you move the ball. This, while you get my shoulder. This is nice. It's great. It trains the basics. So this is fundamentally you must have engage the core. Kids out understand your drive on stop. That's fine. It's really good. It's basic. Once you move up to the next level, you want to be more dynamic. You want that follow through. So I'm stepping punching. Hit! My hips are still moving. I finish punching. My hips are still moving. Well, that's useless. My potential is hitting through. So I'm allowing my body. You're still moving all the time. You're not stopping. You stop when your body stops naturally. I said hit. I stop potential, something else. Kick, punch, anything. But you want that continuous potential.
My hand is already engaged, and I am just driving with my center. I come up, he comes up, hands engaged. I am driving with my center. I'm not trying to hit them. I'm not making hikite. I am simply engaging my lats to keep this solid, so that becomes a way of transmitting my hip movement, and I'm driving into hammering. That's all. Don't push, don't slap, don't make hikite. That's just a shape that is ingrained. We don't need to do that, yeah? I just want you to think about driving into hikite. Whether it's a straight or whether it's a punch. But the delivery point, the movement has to be very soft. So the shoulder and the elbow has to be soft, because any tension, okay, will inhibit skill, which will okay? So it has to be quite pliable, okay? Your shoulder and your elbow has to be quite soft. But what you're hitting with has to be quite
Your body should be driving. Body should be driving, not your fingers.
About my position now is two things really. My hands are down, my body's up. So I need to drop my body and bring my hands up. So as he twitches, let's say he does the twitches, was simulating a feint, yeah? He does his twitch start. It shouldn't be like this, yeah? It should be here. And he comes, here, I'm here still. He does the twitch start, something. Here, then he, okay? We're going to do two counts, very deliberately. And then of course it's going to get more and more free. So we have to cultivate this feeling. So when we're here, go, try and respond exactly to your opponent. Go, shit.
Everyone in teams. So when you hit Huracan, work, open.
Right, no, I don't get it. Doesn't matter, you just did it. If you can't intellectually get it, doesn't matter. If anyone's taken an Aikido class, I'm sure quite a few of you have, you know what it's like, you're sitting there in Seiza, always in Seiza, watching the sensei, he comes out, throws it this way, throws it this way, throws it this way, throws it this way. Okay, try it. I don't know where the hell his feet went. You start doing all this and somehow you're doing it, and, but karate people need to know, well, take your left foot, just turn it a little bit here, then move it forward a touch. Move it forward a touch, just after, bring that foot here, twist it back, send it to the side, put that back, pressure. I mean, that's how we learn things, which is too much. Yeah? We need to have a bit of...
So we have to have the ability to adapt to an ever-changing environment. That ever-changing environment might be our opponent. Okay? They're never going to do what you want them to do. Isn't that terrible? Okay? You're not just going to allow you to do it. So we have to have the ability to ebb and flow and change with the situation in the moment. Okay? So when we move from here, make sure that your technique is alive. It's active. So from here, it's not dead till the end. It's moving. Tegan was doing Gakuzuki. She was using Hikite hand completely, because Amazuki could come, and this was completely dead. There was nothing happening there. Understand? So it's as if there's one set of rules for one punch and another set of rules for the other punch. Okay? And I think this comes down to what Dimitri was saying about the idea of Hamni being hips back. It's almost like this neuro-linguistic programming where we go, hips back means hips, everything goes back. Kokotsudachi, back stance is a defensive stance, you can step back in it. Without thinking that really, Kokotsudachi can be kind of an offensive stance if you drive in. It's this hip back stance, weight back, defensive feeling. We're almost programmed to think that we can't be offensive in Hamni, offensive in Kokotsudachi. Understand? So, Dimitri said it, but he was also doing it when we were practicing this 1, 2, and back feeling. No, it's not back. This hip is the anchor, this hip is being driven forward. Whereas normally, this hip is the anchor, and this hip is being driven forward. But instead of rotating this way, we're rotating this way, and it should be going in. Understand? So you follow the same principles, rotating from here, using Hikite, keeping my back straight, pushing from my back leg, and making Gakuzuki. And we know that's strong and powerful. Let's have the same principles, but just change the hip rotation. So we're going from neutral Shizendachi into Hamni, pivoting from this back hip, using the back leg, using Hikite, keeping the back straight, and driving into Samazuki. So we can make Gakuzuki, and we can make Samazuki. Should feel exactly the same.
So, from here we've got the feint, we've got the twitch here, and then we're going to give him something, yeah?
Eyes forward, children. Fixing your hair, calling a friend, it's not so good. Squeeze down. Good. Hey, left hand out. Okay, Renzi. Nice. Two punches. 8. And it's hard to get that from the floor, okay, to your fist. So think about that first. Distance?
Yeah. I mean, theoretically, the longer the path, the greater the power if you have time.
Have you been punched by Steve Sensei? Okay, after this class I'll take you and ask him to punch you. And he hits you from that distance and you're dead. It's not so much, that's about speed, but very quickly you can reach terminal velocity with your punch. So it's speed, like this kinetic energy, speed, mass. So speed does play a part, but you can very quickly reach that speed. And so after that, it's only mass that's important. So the difference between, whatever that is, 20 centimeters, is probably not enough to kind of, Steve says you can do it from a centimeter.
Many of us are dropping his hand, picking up, dropping and picking up, dropping and picking up. Does anyone know why that is? There's a reason. Why yeah, well, what happens, I think, in my opinion, is that we go with our hand. When you go with your hand, it's not engaged. So it switches off. When it drops down, your brain says, no, that's not good. It picks it up again, drops it down, picks it up. You have to connect in that sort of way, it's a cliche. When you reach over and pick up a glass of water, you don't pick it up with a full hand. You don't pick it up with tension. You have that sort of natural firmness. The same way you have to have this natural firmness. So it's natural firmness, not holding it back, not artificially shaking it out, which just goes from here. So you've got to also try to exponentially accelerate your step forward. Then you don't have this kind of thing. Quite a lot of us do.
From here, you're going to go from this position, and you're going to bring your centre line the other way and drive completely in and then recover. So you don't want to, if you don't, you'll fall flat on your face. Understand? That's probably not the best idea. So, before you fall flat on the face, you're going to drive and then recover. But you've driven forward with your hips, your legs are straight, that means you're not jumping. Vast majority of people, you are using your legs to jump. Okay? And then putting some sort of hand movement in. No, thrust with your hips. Thrust, recover, feeling. Hips, drive, recover, feeling. From here, hip, in, then back.
To execute this technique, this control. I have all that stuff. It's not just, or I have to come up here. You're vulnerable. Everything is sharp and still controlled, but there's still enough to add successive sharpness. So again, to control the contraction of the abdominal muscle.
So you want to be introspective. Does that make sense? So don't be just going, okay. I mean, try to feel each one. Feel where it's weak, feel where it's strong, feel the
Dense core and the flexible elbow. So this has to be set, yeah? So they have two roles. So when you're training, you're going to have those distinct roles. So there's no grey areas. Because when this one starts to get activated and starts making decisions, it's sort of arguing with who's the box, yeah? This sends it out. This is fluid. Oh, back to it. So it immediately comes back, but not before going via here. When you're training, when you're at that guy's level, then you can, you have the same feeling, same flexible feeling, you just hit him again and again and again. You don't have to move it very far. And this is the other aspect. When you're an expert at something, normal people watching don't understand. It's too refined, it's too cultivated, it's too evolved. And so if you're not an expert, how can you understand something that is at an exquisite level?
I'm going to go with it round this way. I don't want you to try and keep your back straight, nor do I want you to stick your bum out. Somewhere in between, you're compressing the hip and relaxing. You're compressing the hip, changing, relax. Compress, change, relax. Understand? Yes. Once you got that, then I want you to move on. So as he punches, you're compressing, then boom, you're uppercut. But a little bit like when we're driving in, you're not punching with the hand, you're punching with your body, and you're snapping your hip and snapping your shoulder. You don't have to straighten your arm. Understand? So as he punches, round punch. Round punch, round, this way.